Good morning. Welcome to another integrated yoga and physiotherapy practice with me, Kirsten Richardson, and Be Well Physiotherapy. So, as the title of this short video implies, this practice is inspired by the yoga pose, eagle pose. We won't be going right into eagle pose today, but we'll be playing with some of the movements, playing with some of the gold of eagle pose around hips and shoulders. So to begin, you can come into a comfortable seated position. I'm propped up on a block. You can be kneeling or sitting cross-legged or up on a chair. So we'll start just by bringing your arms down by your sides. You can close your eyes if you like. Just let's take a moment before rushing in to feel how you are this morning or today, whatever part of your day it may be. And let your breath be one aspect that you can check in with to help you come to a conclusion about how are you today? How has your day been with you so far? So feel how much ease or how much challenge there may be to sit still here and to allow your torso to work its magic of expanding to draw the air in front of your face into you to create your inhale breath, and the magic of your torso to gently contract, pressing the breath back out of you. Lovely. And whatever you've noticed, I encourage you to bring it along with you as we explore eagle pose this morning. So beginning with arms out in front of you, elbows are bent, fingers are pointing forward, and then just crossing one arm over the other, then coming back, other arm, switching sides, switching arm that's on top. And you can play with speed of movement here. The one thing I would ask is you just keep switching which arm is on top, that you move in a way that the arm bones can move on your torso, not the other way around. So notice if, as you are bringing your elbows back, for example, notice if you're thrusting your chest forward. Let's try for this morning's eagle exploration to move the arms in a way that your torso can stay nice and quiet, steady and easy. Torso's job is to help create your breath. So let it do that. Then we'll pause with right arm over top of left. You can reach your hand right around to your opposite shoulder. Left hand can come and support the upper arm of the left. And just gently pausing here. Notice the movement of your torso as you breathe. And now from your shoulder joint, you'll rotate that upper arm bone so that your forearm points up towards the ceiling, and then rotate the other way so that your hand comes back down to your shoulder. External rotation, internal rotation. Easy breath. Quiet, calm, supported torso. Shoulder, internal, external rotation. And then let's come back into our crossing. And then we'll pause with left arm over right. Easy breath. There's no need to really pull or force the left arm any further across. To your right arm, just simply support your left arm here. And then bringing your arms back down by your sides. And a few breaths back in our original position of stillness. Good. You can come up off of your seat and bring yourself into a tabletop position or kneeling on all fours. Wonderful. And from here, I'd like you to check in with your shoulder blades and where they're sitting on the back of your rib cage. And from where, at whatever position they're sitting in, can you let your shoulder blades slide closer to your spine? Your chest will move down closer to the ground. Then let's do the opposite. Press your shoulder blades away from your spine so that they wrap around the sides of your rib cage, lifting your chest further away from the ground. Your gaze can be down between your hands as we work to slide shoulder blades on your rib cage towards the spine, away from your spine. So this may feel familiar as that it's almost like cat and cow. The difference here is that we're only moving through the shoulder blades on the rib cage. There's no arching or rounding of your spine as you move the shoulder blades. So keeping your torso nice and quiet, just moving the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Rocking back into a child's pose, resting your arms as far forward as is comfortable for them to go this morning. And let your head rest down. I'm going to rest my head down on a block. It's first thing in the morning here for me. And here in this child's pose, breathe into the sides of your ribs. So as you inhale in a way that your rib cage grows wider from left to right. And then feel how your rib cage comes back in towards center, becomes a little more narrow as you exhale. And come on back up onto your hands and knees, back in your tabletop position. Sending your right leg back behind you. Now, as you move your leg back and then come on back under, move in a way that your pelvis can stay steady, stay still, and it's just your leg bone swinging in the socket of your hip. Good. This time, let your legs stay out across the back. Again, without moving your pelvis, just let it stay nice and easy. Your breath is still coming in and out of your body, of your torso. Let your leg come across the other leg so that as you bend your knee, this knee can tuck in behind the other. Wonderful. Then we'll start to shift forward and back. So move in a way here to begin with that both knees can stay on the ground. Also moving in a way that your hips move straight forward and back. So noticing if there's any time that your hips want to track off to the left or to the right. And just move in the range forward and back where your hips can stay straight. Good. And on our last movement here, you can walk your hands further back so that your left knee will come up off the ground, and just play with maybe sitting all the way back on the ground. Good. Once you've arrived, you can pause here. And your pause may happen sitting with both sit bones back down on the ground, your legs wrapped around beside you. Your pause may happen here. Your pause may happen with both knees still on the ground. Just pausing at a comfortable movement for your hips, for your system this morning. Then coming back forward, so left knee is firmly back on the ground, and unwinding right leg can come back to its original spot. Left leg's turn, extend and bend. Thigh bone moving in a quiet, steady socket of your pelvis. Good. Keeping that leg extended this time, moving your leg to the side without letting your hip sway as mine just did. So finding a range where your pelvis stays steady, stays neutral. So left knee tucked behind the right this time. And then we'll start with the easy rocking forward and back. Keep both knees on the ground. Let your hips track straight forward and straight back. And let your torso just stay nice and steady. So again, there's no cat or cow action with this movement. Just keep your torso quiet. Hips and shoulders doing the work here. Then starting to explore if it's comfortable for your legs to let the right knee come up off the ground, walking your hands back. If you're bringing your seat all the way down to the ground, your feet may need to come a little bit wider apart. So finding the position that you can pause in. And taking a few breaths here. And walking back forward. Right knee will come back down to the ground and we'll unwind. Beautiful. Let's come back into child's pose again. Reaching arms forward, head supported. And let's come back into that sideways breathing again. Ribs move wide. Nice. Coming back up through tabletop and then keep on moving, coming all the way up into standing. And from standing, just take a moment to be here, vertical, both legs straight, both feet connected to the earth. And then paying attention to your hips, your knees, your ankles as we come into chair pose. Just keeping your arms resting by your side. We'll bend at hips, knees, and ankles to come down into chair pose. Good. Feeling 3 points of your feet, base of your big toe, base of your little toe, center of your heel. And then extending at hips, knees, and ankles, stand back up tall. Beautiful. Chair pose again. And back up tall. Again, this whole movement need not include any movement through your spine. So we don't need to have any of that cat-cow action happening. Spine can just stay neutral and steady. Torso stays easy and pliable so that it can expand to fill you with your inhales and contract to press that air back out. Good. One more chair pose. I'm going to turn to face you here that will hold this time. And then bringing your arms up into cactus arms. Gently holding your chair. Feel those 3 points in both of your feet. Stay easy through your torso. Legs do the work. Beautiful. Arms can come down. And we'll stand back up. Bringing your weight a little more firmly into the 3 points of your left foot. So feeling the 3 points of your left foot so you can bend your knee and your right heel can come up off the ground. All of these movements are possible while maintaining a nice level pelvis. So we don't want to see any hiking or dipping of your pelvis. Just staying nice and level. If you like, you can bring your hands onto your pelvis to help you feel that. Then spinning. A bit of a leg roll. Turning your right thigh bone, twisting external rotation and then internal rotation. Wonderful. Then pausing at the external rotation. If you'd like to have a chair or be near a wall, we're going to head into some balancing work here. So you can lift from that externally rotated position, lift the leg bone up and bend the knee so that your ankle can come across the opposite knee. Then from here, sit down into your chair pose. Good. Torso staying easy and calm. Wonderful. Then slowly letting your pelvis stay quiet, letting your pelvis stay level. Can you slide your right leg across the left and then down? Maybe your toes can kickstand onto the ground on the other side. Good. Pelvis stays nice and level. Torso stays easy. Right. Then let's rewind. Slide the leg back up. Standing tall. Let your leg come back down and forward. Beautiful. Off to the other side. Grounding down, connecting the 3 points of your right foot a little more firmly into the earth. Left knee will bend. Pelvis is staying nice and level here as you turn the left thigh bone, internal and external rotation. Torso is easy. Notice if you're trying to lift your ribs up away from your pelvis as you stand tall. And if you notice that, just see if you can let your legs do the standing for you. And your ribs are just nicely stacked on top of your pelvis, which is nicely stacked on top of your legs. And we'll pause at that external rotation. Level pelvis, sliding ankle up to knee. Wonderful. Then once you're feeling steady, come down into a chair type pose through your supporting leg. There you go. Pelvis stays nice and easy. Ribs stay easily connected over your pelvis. Right. And then begin to slide left leg over right. Toes may come down to the ground, and if they do, it gives you a little extra support. One more little point of reference for your balance. And then breathing here. Legs come all the way back. Woo, and come on out of the leg portion of eagle pose. Wonderful. We'll come back down onto your block. Have a seat one more time. And we'll cross right arm over left once again. Then externally rotating. Beautiful. Then reach your left arm a little further across and externally rotate here so that both of your forearms come together in front of you. So you may be here. You may just keep both hands on your shoulders. But let's check in with how much external rotation you have on each side. Maybe the backs of your hands can come to touch. Or maybe they're pointing away from each other. Wherever you've landed is great. And then we're going to play with a little bit of movement. Let your elbows come back down towards your torso. And then lift the elbows up. Hands will point back behind you. Again, as you lift and lower your elbows, this is a shoulder movement. Move in a way that your torso doesn't get pulled along with the movement. Torso can stay nice and steady. Wonderful. Let's unwind. We'll switch sides. Left arm is on top, right arm cradling, then rolling up. Right arm now can join in, rolling up. Choosing your landing spot for your hands, and then elbows come low and elbows come high. Moving in a way that your torso doesn't have to move. Good. Arms unwind and resting simply back down by your sides once again. And we'll finish with another moment of stillness, of checking back in. How were you with this short practice, and how is this practice with you? Notice the effects on your physical body. Notice the effects on your thoughts. Well, thank you for exploring eagle pose with me today. Maybe we'll get to the whole pose next week. We'll put it all together, arms and legs, next week, and take flight. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you later. Bye.